Hey besties! Smokey says hi, cuddled up on her little blankie there. All right, I have my weekly reading wrap up for you. You're going to be surprised what my top favorite book that I read this week was. It was sci-fi, which typically I don't enjoy sci-fi. Well, this involved talking cats, and I mean, you had me at talking cats. It was fantastic. The book was Starter Villain by John Scalise, I guess. I literally smiled the whole time I read it. Like, the humor in it is just, oh, chef's kiss. It's perfect. I mean, of course, it's funny that there's talking cats, but it's not just that. Like, this book literally has hilarious, sarcastic humor the whole way through. It's just so fun to read. And what was really awesome was it also had a fantastic twist that I didn't see coming. So that was just like an added bonus. So on top of being a fun read, it was actually a very good mystery too. Like, it was just fantastic. Charlie is a divorced teacher who is living with his cat, and when his estranged Uncle Jack dies and leaves him his supervillain business and more money than he could ever dream of, he has no idea what he is getting into. His uncle had dangerous enemies, and now they're coming for him. If you've never read sci-fi, or if you typically don't like sci-fi, give this one a try. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. I sure was. I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. Then next, I read the next 2 books in the Naturals series. Oh, Smokey's about to come up on the desk here, I think. Hi, baby. The Naturals series, I read these 2 books. I had already read the first one previously. And this is a YA thriller series, which is really has some very good mysteries. It's really, really good. This group of teenagers is part of this FBI program that is teaching them how to use their natural skills to profile and solve, cold cases and things like that. But it turns out that they end up having to solve cases in real time, and it's really, really interesting. There's lots of people. You're trying to figure out who the suspect is. It's just so good. Okay, but I did not read the very last one for a couple reasons. I loved the first and the second book. The third book started to go downhill for me. I gave it 4 stars instead of 5. And the reason was because the whole unaliving is based on clues from like that involve this Fibonacci sequence in math. Now, math was my least favorite subject in school. I avoided at all costs. You know how some people have dyslexia and struggle to read? I obviously don't have that. I love to read. I've always aced grammar and English in school, but my struggle was math. And I don't know if such a thing exists, if there's something that is kind of like dyslexia when it comes to math, but I feel like there surely must be, because when it comes to math, it's like this thing just goes down in my brain, and no matter how hard I try to understand it, it's like it's just a jumbled mess. I don't know why. I've been like that my entire life. I struggled mightily in school when it came to math. So, because that featured so heavily in this book, I enjoyed it much less. It really took a lot of the fun away for me because there was just too much math in it. And I mean a lot. Like, it is featured prominently. Also, it kind of veers off from where the series was going. In the first 2 books, they're solving crimes that are, I'm trying to think of, anyway, they're more your typical kind of crimes, I guess is what I want to say. Whereas here, it turns out that it's like a cult that is involved in the crime, which is okay. I have read some thrillers where, you're hunting down a cult who's involved in crime, and enjoyed it. Mike Omer has a really fantastic series that I recommended in one of my top videos, my top 10 videos. that I really enjoyed. But that was because I went into it knowing that's what it was about. When the first two books were different, and then this one sort of turned in the direction, went towards this cult, and that's where the next book was headed as well. I was like, I'm not caring for that angle, because I already got where I was liking the angle this was going, and then I felt like it kind of was going down a different path, and I wasn't feeling it. So I did not finish the last one. I loved the first two, and this one was okay, but it was not exactly all I was hoping for. And then lastly, I read, this is just a fun, light read. I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't anything fantastic. It didn't have a fantastic twist. It didn't have a stunning plot. You could pretty much see where everything was going. So that's not why I'm recommending it. I'm saying if you want a light, funny read, it's just kind of hilarious. It's not YA, because although it is dealing with sisters, they're all adults at this point. They go to a campground to camp out with their family, extended family, parents. You know, the sisters don't get along that well, but they end up bonding over having to try to hide a dead body. It's just funny. Just a fun, light read. Not nearly as funny, however, as this one was, which is why I gave this one 5 stars. This one I only gave 3. It was a fun, light read, but there wasn't anything fantastic about it. This one, however, was fantastic. And then, Little Miss Smokey here, if I can move the camera so you can see her better. Congratulate her. Well, if I can, how can I get her on? Here we go. She's sitting on my desk. Congratulate her on, she got her little shorts that I posted. Look at her looking. She got 30,000. Yes, you did. You got 30,000 views. Can you believe that? So I decided, just for the fun of it, to create a little channel for her. So I'll have it linked below so I can share just fun videos from her and Dolly on that channel. Because yeah, she's cute, and I love sharing my baby. So, alrighty, I will see you all next time. Bye.